Hello everyone, this is Johannes and you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings. And today we are taking a look at Heaven and Ale from Andreas Schmidt and Michael Kiesling. A game I was really looking forward to check out at Essenspiel. I was really happy that I got a copy. I have now played it quite a few times and I'm looking forward to talk about it. In this game, you are monks running a monastery and running a brewery trying to make ale, and yeah, that's what the game is about. So let's see how it plays, how the rule works, and I will get back up here and tell you what I think about Heaven and Ale. In Heaven and Ale, every player is going to get one of these player boards, and the goal of the game is to fill out the player board with resource tiles, monks, and buildings to help you maximize how you move these resource tokens and also how you move your brewmaster up your track. Because at the end of the game, you're only going to score points for the resource tracker who has moved the least on this track. So you can get one up to the top, but it doesn't really matter if one is still down here. There's gonna be problems. And you also want to move your brewmaster along the way so that he will help you get points as well. And how do you do this? Well, the game is played over a different amount of rounds depending on how many players you are. There are 3 rounds with 2 players, there are 4 rounds with 3 players, and there are 6 rounds with 4 players. And how the game works, this is an action selection one-way street. A really nice, interesting mechanic where you can move your pawn as long as you want, stop, do the action that is there, and the next turn you have to move on. You can never go back. So you have to balance how far you want to go, how important it is to get this piece, how important it is to go where you want to go. There's really not many actions to do in Heaven and Ale, so let's just go through them and we're gonna explain a lot of how the game works together, because this game is basically a puzzle. The first thing you can do, which is most of these spaces, is to get resource tiles. So there are 5 different resources in the game, one with each with different color and different numbers from 1 to 5. So this is a 5 tile. If I want to buy this tile, because when I go here, boom, I have to buy this tile. And I can buy it for either 5 or 10 money. Because it's a 5 on here, the smallest amount will be 5 and the doubled will be 10. Because on the player board, as you can see, half of it is kind of shaded and half of it is light. And those are different kinds of income you can get, whatever you put it on the shaded side or the light side. The shaded side will give you money, and the light side will help you get more points. So that's the thing you have to balance in this game. So when I buy this, if I want to put it on my shade side, I will have to pay 5. If I want to put it on the light side, I will have to pay the double, so that's 10. I'm going to explain more about what happens when you put them out. Sometimes it doesn't really happen anything, but if you fill out every tile around one of these enclosures, you're going to build a building, and I'm going to explain that later, what happens when you build a building. The next thing you can do is to buy a monk, and it works exactly the same way. You're going to place him here on your player board, and it's either the cost is, the first one is 4, the next one you're going to go to is 3, it's 2 and 1. So the farther along in the round, the easier or more and less expensive it is to get the monks. So I can pay 4 for him, putting on the shade side, or I can pay 8 for him and put him on the light side. I'm going to explain what happens with monks later. So basically this game is around activating all these tiles, because when you put it out on the table, out on your player board, nothing really happens. So this game is all about managing and trying to activate these tiles as many times as possible. One of the ways you're going to activate the tiles is to buy, let's say I buy this 5, and I'm going to put it over here as pay 5 and put it on the shade side. What happened here is that I have fully surrounded this enclosure, and I will now count up all the points I have around. So it's 5, 9, 10, 13, 15. I will now look at this chart. It says between 12 and 17, my brewmaster moves 1 space. This is really important because it's one of the main ways to move your brewmaster. He moves 1 space and I get a number 2 building. When you get a number 2 building, you can see that on this building you can you have some arrows. So when I put this over here, I can activate 2 tiles around this building, which are on opposite sides. So let's see. I will now choose to activate this 5, and that will basically just give me 5 money. So I will take 5 money, and I now have 5 money. The other thing I want to activate then is the monk, and this is where the game gets interesting about actually activating this stuff. When I activate the monk activates everything around him. So when I activate this monk, I'm gonna be scoring 6 in yellow, and I will move this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. I will score 5 blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will score 3 white, 1, 2, 3. And that was a pretty good move, because if this was here, I would only go 5 in blue, but because I activated this monk, I now got a lot of stuff for that one activation. That's kind of what you want to do in this game. That's one of the ways you can activate stuff. The other way you can activate stuff is with scoring tiles. All around here is going to be 6 scoring tiles each round. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And over here on your player board, you have 10 different scorings. And each game you only be able to score each of them once. So that's kind of how far you want to push it, how far you want to wait until you score these different things. So let's say I go here. The first one, it has an X on it. That means I'm going to put it over here. And when I do that, I'm going to choose a number from 1 to 5, and then I'm going to activate all the tiles I have of that number. So let's say I activate 5. I have 3 5s over here on the pay side, on the money side, so I will get 15 money. And on the other side here, I have a 5 in white, so I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have a 5 with blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's basically also a really good move. Also, you can see here on this side, there's 5 slots of two different scorings. And every time you complete 2 scorings on this, you're going to take one of these bonus cards and put them out. I will explain these bonus cards later, but basically that's a really powerful thing that you will add to help you get along in the game. Let's just go through the different scorings. They're really simple. The other one is the monk. You just choose a monk, one of the 4 different monks, and you will activate all the monks you have in that the same way I explained earlier. This one, you can choose one of the different resources to activate, so you get all the points for everything here and all the money for everything here. And the last 3 are basically choose whatever scoring you want. So the first one in the round is like they're hard to get because they're earlier, but they're more, you have to do this thing, but when you're over here, you can basically choose what scoring you want to do. The last action you can do is to go here or here to gain achievements, which is another way to get points in the game. So let's say I can go here, and there's a lot of different, I'm not going to go into detail about all of them, but it's kind of getting a piece to number 20, getting everything up here, getting the brewmaster up to number 1, getting 3 bonus cards, getting 4 different buildings, everything filled in, and stuff like that. And when you go to an achievement space, you can take every single achievement that you have made. So I can get these, and everyone is worth 4 points. If another player goes there and also have the same achievement, they can take the small barrels, which are worth 2 points. And you are basically going to continue doing this, going around. When you come back, you get a little bonus if you want, or you can go first. And when you have gone through 3, 4, or 6 rounds of the game, you're going to see how many points you have. Before I go into the scoring, I just want to show the different bonus cards. This one basically gives you 1 more point for each barrel you have. This one is really helpful, makes your brewmaster go 5 spaces. In this one, you choose one of the resources, count how many tiles you have of that resource, and move that resource marker that many spaces forward. Here, you count how many scorings you have done and move the one that's farthest behind that many spaces. And here you just get 12 money. So how does the scoring work? Let's just make, let's just set this here, and let's say I have done this. This is the end result of my game. Now we're going to do some conversion, because my brewmaster is up here. If you can see over here, he has made available a 3-to-1 conversion. So the thing that happens is that I'm going to try to push this up as far as I can. So I can take this farthest ahead and do 1, 2, 3 behind, and this one up. If I now can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that means 2 up. I can do this. And 1, 2, 3, I can do this, and that's everything I can do, because I can't I can't put something behind and not making them worse than the worse I already have. So this is my result. After that, I can pay money. I can pay 10 money to take the one that's farthest behind and put it one more up. And that made me get more points. So now you can see that my farthest behind is at number 6. And my brewmaster has unlocked, and that I will get 3 points for each. So that's 6 times 3, that's 18 points. That's the points I got. You add up that to the points you get from the barrels, and the person with the most point is the winner. And that is how you play Heaven and Ale. So let's get back up and see what I think about it. Okay, that's how you play it. So let's just get to it right away. This game is really, really fun. This is one of those games that just makes me feel fun. As I talked about earlier in some of my reviews, that is the feeling I really want to feel when I play a game. I love interesting, I love it because the games that just blow my mind and makes me feel like, ooh, this game is cool. And this game do that. But it is, the first time you play it, you're gonna have no idea what's going on because it's so hard. This puzzle is really, really, really interesting. It's really hard to optimize how you get money. The money is so tight. Like in the beginning of the game, you have 25 money. You're gonna be like, ooh, all the money in the world. But then after like 1 minute, you're gonna just have like 5 money left, and you're gonna feel like, okay, what do I do now? How do I get more money? Okay, I can buy this 4, then I can activate it, but that only gives me 5 more money back. I can hope that I will get this tile, and then I can score the 4s I have, because I actually got 3 4s in the beginning of the round. I can get some money back. But soon the money will be gone and you will have to score something. That is one thing that's really, really interesting about this game. You have 10 scorings and you can only use each of them once. And you will not use all of them. Because other players want to score as well. So you can't just walk around this lane and do everything you want. You have to jump. You have to go ahead. You have to just get the stuff that you really need. Sometimes you have to think, okay, that player really gonna take that 4. I need that 4, but I also really want this monk, but I can't. I have to have this 4. Sometimes you have to jump like half around. This game, the first time I played, we played a couple of rules wrong the first time or half of the game, and I didn't understand anything how you got anything done. I ended that game with 6 points. That was horrible. Gladly, I understood the thing we did wrong after like half the game, so I could play it rightly, and it actually gave meaning, because this game is all about maximizing how many times you will activate each tile, activating the right tiles the right amount of ways, and just get it done. Like this monk here, if I activate him and get all the activations I showed you in the explanation, if you can do that like once for this building, once for this building, and then activate him through the monk scoring, that's really good. You have activated these 4 tiles 3 times, and activating the right tiles is what really, really matters in this game. This game, and it's pretty, like, the rules are, the scoring is kind of intricate. It's the mechanisms, but there's really only 4 actions to do, and you really have to focus on those achievements. I played a round where I didn't have any achievements. I got quite some points on this track, but it isn't enough. If the other players are going for achievements, you will lose, because it's hard to get enough points on this track to actually win the game without having the achievements. Like, one of the hardest thing about this game is to get the brewmasters up, because then you have to do something that you don't really want to do, because it's kind of like counterintuitive in my brain, because I want to activate as many tiles as possible. So when I fill out an enclosure and get a building, I want it to be as good as possible. But the better the building, the worse the movement will be of the brewmaster. So to get one enclosure that's a 0, it will give you it will be really hard for you, but you will move the brewmaster 6 spaces, which is huge. To move this guy 6 spaces is like running a marathon in 15 minutes. Maybe not that good, but you understand what I mean. This game is really good. I love it. I love everything about it. There's only one thing like I'm a little bit unsure of, that is replayability. If I play this game 15 times, will it still be as fun? I'm a little bit unsure about that, because you are basically trying to do the same thing every single time you play. So the resources come out a little bit different, the monks come along a little bit different, but I don't really care if it's this monk or this monk. The only thing I care if there's more of them, I want to get those to activate them more efficiently, but I'm a little bit unsure if this game will be as good after 15 plays, after 10 plays, because the puzzle is the same. You want to get everything as far as up as possible. There are a couple of different ways you can go, but that is the only thing I'm a little bit unsure of. Like, if you are like me and you never play games, like almost never play games like 10-15 times, then you shouldn't really mind. You should really play this game. But if you want to play one game, maybe you have only 5-10 games and you want to play one game like hundreds of times, I'm not sure this is a game that this game will give you that feeling that you can explore and explore and explore it. I feel like I haven't gotten quite a good hang of how the game works, and I'm not sure how much more there is to explore. Of course, there's more way to optimize and to get it really done the way I want it done, but yeah, that's the only thing I'm a little bit unsure about, and I just wanted to take on that. But other than that, this is a fantastic game. The puzzle, I really love the puzzle. I love that you can try to get the brewmaster really far up, and just like if you some crazy way get your brewmaster all the way up, you have a conversion rate of 1-to-1, which means like if I have two pieces over here and these over here, I can basically just move it one. I can move this 2, 4, 6, 8 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can get pretty good score. That's really hard to do, but you can. There are some different routes to go, but yeah, check this game out. It's really good. I really hope you will get this game and enjoy it. Please let me know if you have already played it, what you thought about it. This is a really, really fun game. It's great, I think. Yeah, I love Heaven and Ale, and I really recommend it. Go check it out. Please subscribe to my videos. Please comment, like, have fun, play games, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.